Yo, what's up, team? Welcome back to J3 Entertainment. You guys know who I am. I am J3, and I'm bringing you guys another movie review. Today, we will be reviewing Terminator Dark Fate. Let's go in and get into this review and talk about the things that I like about this movie. Hands down, the number one thing I love about this movie is Arnold Schwarzenegger. I can't see a Terminator film without him. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Terminator. And he just keeps showing up everybody in the movie because he's just that goddamn good. It's like he takes that history, that knowledge of film from the beginning and brings it to the future, and he's able to just make everybody feel that damn good watching him. Arnold Schwarzenegger, T-800, was the best part of the movie for me. I love his action scenes. I love his slight dialogue. I just love his presence as a T-800 walking around. He had the best action scenes to me. His interaction with the other cast members really shows his knowledge, his skills of this franchise. He is a T-800. Best part of the movie for me, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Second thing I love about the movie is seeing Linda Hamilton come back as Sarah Connor. Now, we ain't seen her since T2. And her coming back, I was a little skeptical. I was like, yo, I don't know, man. I don't know. But for the most part, because there's some things about her I didn't like, but for the most part, I love seeing her. It was a breath of fresh air, and her coming back on scene with Arnold Schwarzenegger showed that chemistry, showed that history with each other, showed that they know how each other get down, and I really dug that. As an actor, like, it was like, okay, I see it. I see the love for one another. Like, you know, we started this, and we're here in 2019. The shit's amazing. I love the energy, the acting portions with them. It was just like, okay, I love it. I like Sarah Connors in this movie, and I really loved the action. I thought the action, Tim Miller, you know, he put his foot in that thing for the most part. Some stuff I will say like, yo, you know, I see that look fake, and you shouldn't have did that. But as a, you know, mechanical machines going head up fighting with machines and stuff like that, those scenes were tight. And it's rare to see scenes like that in 2019. We usually get the little, you know, hearing air bullshit, you know what I mean? But the action parts of this movie was really good. Some stuff was a little over exaggerated, Michael Bay shit, but for the most part, it didn't hurt the action portion. Thought it was really cool seeing it, you know, seeing the new Terminator come and do his little thizzle, seeing the new Protector do her little thizzle, and then seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger come in with Sarah Connors and do an eighth thizzle. I thought that shit was tight. Now that that's out the way, let's talk about this trash movie, Terminator Dark Fate. This movie should not have been made. This movie is terrible. I do not like this film. Granted, there's things about the movie I like, but I don't like this movie. This movie is garbage. And I'm going to tell you why. It goes all the way down to the casting. Mackenzie Davis plays Grace. She's the protector of a young girl named Danny, who's played by Natalia Reyes. I think that's her name. Hope I said her name right. And that relationship is just trash. The way they use Grace as a protector, you guys see the commercial, she's a hybrid. And I was like, okay, well, let's give it a chance. Let's see how they handle this property. So I was like, okay, she's a hybrid, so that could be good. Because you're like, okay, she has mechanical abilities, but she thinks like a human. And she's a trained human with mechanical abilities. So that means the robot, you know what I mean, the Terminator might have his hands full because she can outsmart this thing and still go head to hand with him. Wrong. That wasn't the case. This, man, Grace was trash in this movie, man. I'm like the defender was not the defender. The defender didn't do nothing. The defender was trash. Grace was a problem. She slowed down the group. She was in the way. I'm like, yo, you got all this butchness look to you. You got all this manly look to you, and you're not even handling the problem. It came to a point where it was like, why is she in this movie? Oh, I remember. SJW. That's why she's in the movie, because there's no other reason for this. I was giving it a chance. I was like, okay, she's going to defend this girl. Obviously, this girl, they want to get this girl for something because it's the future and the past. Obviously, this is the case. And I looked at it and I was like, damn. They wasted Mackenzie, man. Because I seen potential. I was like, okay, from her future in the past, I was like, okay, this can work. They just threw that shit on the bus. Man, freak this, man. Get this, y'all. Without spoiling the movie. The hybrid idea was obviously for the reason. Okay, all the Terminators that came to protect young John were 100% mechanical that looked like a man. Alright? Granted, T3 had a female Terminator. But she was bad. That chick was bad. She was bad. She was a good one. So, we're going to make a hybrid robot that is a woman, but looks like a man. We're going to make her more woman than machine. More woman than machine. More woman than machine. I get you. I get that shit, bruh. You wanted to make a character so woman, so she had ability, so it can make sense why she's doing what she's doing, but you wanted her to be a woman to save the day, fine, by destroying all the men. Trash. I hated that. I hated that shit. Because it was like, why? You didn't have to do that. Just make her tight, make her be a defender, and come in and whoop this Terminator's ass. You didn't have to do all this extra shit to make sense of why you want to put this agenda in this movie. And then you bring in the young girl who needs to be protected. Her name is Danny, played by Natalia Reyes, I think her name. Hope I said it right. Her problem was two things. I liked what they did with her in the very beginning. I was like, okay, you got this young girl. She's helping her family out. The neighborhood loves her. You know what I'm saying? Belle from Beauty and the Beast. You know what I mean? And I get that. Okay. And now her life is finna change. I like that. That's a good way to go about it. She has a new defender. Chick comes from the future. You know, she's gonna help her out. Help her, guide her to her safety. And then the girl really opens her mouth and lets me know she can't act. And I sat there and I was like, yo, this is not believable. There were scenes, y'all, like, y'all be like, I am not buying that shit. Get her off the screen, bro. It was like, why are you doing this? That right there was terrible. And I hate that they put this young girl in this type of movie because I think she does have the abilities, but the way they handled it, she was trash. Her speeches, her dialogue was just whack. I was like, shut up. And when they showed certain scenes, man, y'all gonna be like, ugh. And I'll talk about one other scene without spoiling it, but it was like, nah, I don't believe that shit. Get it out of my face. Move on. Move on. This is trash. Garbage. I didn't like that. Bad acting on her part. Ugh. The Terminator. I don't know what model he was. I don't remember, but his name is Gabriel Luna, and his problem was his look. He wasn't scary. He was like, what? Alright, I guess. This is what you're giving me. He wasn't scary. He wasn't cunning. He didn't have nothing to him that screamed Terminator. But the action scenes. And he wasn't even his face. It was the robot doing half the shit. Trash. They did not use this guy right. Like, this guy could have just been a face of somebody else and they could have kept going. But they didn't utilize him. Remember on T2, I forgot the actor's name, but he looked scary. He looked like he'll hunt you down. Give you a ticket too. For going the right speed limit. Like, Arnold looked scary in part 1, man. He looked scary in part 2. This guy didn't look scary at all, man. It was like, who is this young model coming up trying to be a Terminator? It came to that point, was like, yo, this is bad. And another thing about him, he kept talking. He had no robot feel to him. He kept talking. They even tried to do this. I ain't buying it. Just like y'all didn't buy that shit. Nah, I'm not a Terminator. It's certain things to it, man. You gotta sell that shit. He did a poor job of selling that he's a Terminator, and I didn't like him. He kept talking. He was saying things. He was talking to people. He could live in our world. Like, it's like he just had one mission to do, and after that, he was gonna be human. That's how bad it was. It was like, nah, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I don't like that. I don't like what y'all are doing with the Terminators. This is trash. Granted, he looked tight when he was doing shit. Always. CG's a bitch. But him being a Terminator was not believable. Hated it. I did not like that, what Tim Miller did with certain things too in this movie. Like, for the most part, his directing action was good. But certain things ain't believable. Like, Sarah Connor's coming out with these big Uzis, capping fools. Right? And I was like, I don't know if that should be going down like that. She need to have some type of pullback, right? But I was like, okay, well, she is a veteran. So obviously she's probably trained. And she knows how to handle the gun where she doesn't have to do that. But then they give a gun to Danny. And that's all I'm going to say. And I was like, yo, that's not believable. I don't like that one bit. This chick has no business holding this gun. This chick, like, no, I don't like this. This is stupid to me. Why are you doing this? That's garbage. I hate when you're not realistic with it. Grace makes sense. She's a hybrid. She has mechanical things inside of her. She could do things a normal person can't do. She's more than just a human. She's a hybrid android, whatever you want to call it. Danny makes no sense. This girl was just making breakfast for her daddy. Now she got a gun. I'm good. That's bad. That's trash writing, all that. Speaking of trash writing, this movie is trash when it comes to its writing. The writing, they took 30 years plus of Terminator and just squatted on it real quick. Did some Halo shit and said, freak your 30 years plus, we're gonna make a new motherfreaker. And it just blows your mind. Because time travel is very tricky. I know that. But when you just say, freak everybody, I'm gonna do it my way. Story, complete garbage. I don't want to see another Terminator movie ever. Like, ever. I am done with Terminator. I ain't even reacted to the trailers half the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't care no more at this point, man. And I'll be back. Oh, put a bad taste in my mouth. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather eat one of these again, bro. I'd rather eat one of these again than watch that shit, man. That shit's trash. Like, the story was just, why did you do that? Why did you just squat on me like that, man? Like, you would have been better spitting in my face, but nah, you shitted on me, bro. I have a problem with that. I don't like when you do things, when Hollywood does things like this. You're trying to reinvent and change things around for your benefit, for this message that you're trying to give us in reality, in our world, and make it your reality, my reality. And I'm good on that shit. I don't have time for that. That SJW shit bleeds all in the script. And it didn't have to. It didn't have to. Because some parts of the story would make sense why you got this many chicks here. You know what I mean? Some of them make sense. Like, yo, I got this female here for this reason, and I have this female here for this reason. It makes sense. But nah, you go further on that. You throw that SJW shit in here, and you kill it. You kill it with that stupid message, and I'm good on that shit. I hate when y'all do that. Just make a good movie. I like females empowered. I like when you see a dope female just laying down, laying waste to people, and it makes sense. I like that. I don't like when you try to put her in a man's shoes and then say she could do it just as good as a man. Nah. Let her do it as good as she can do it. Stop trying to agenda everything. Oh, okay. Well, if a man could do it, a woman could do it better. Nah. A woman's gonna do what a woman could do, as well as a man could do what a man could do. I don't like that shit, man. And they ruined the movie by that stupid shit. They ruined it because y'all remember. If you go watch this movie, Terminator 1 explains it all. Sarah Connor in Terminator 1 explains it all. Terminator 2 explains it all. It makes sense. This makes no sense. Big problem with this movie. And some of the story that they did with Arnold's character, granted, Arnold, phenomenal. But what they did to his character, Bruh, if I was Thousand Dragon off of Yu-Gi-Oh, you'll see that smoke coming out my nose, man. That shit's weak. I don't like what they did. I said, what? That's what you came up with? Really? Y'all need to just say, look, we need to stop hiring these college students because they ain't lived life for some reason, and we need to go back to the old school methods of writing and go and find people that could tell stories, because that was trash. And I'm pointing at the writers for this. Why? That doesn't make any sense. Who does that? When y'all see it, y'all gonna be like, the movie turns when you see that shit. You be like, I'm good on this one. Yeah, the movie's trash, man. If Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton was not in this movie, this movie would be complete garbage, trash sauce of a film, and I would never watch it. Well, I wouldn't watch it now. It has terrible replay value, garbage. But you get my gist. It'd have been a complete F. But because they were in it, and they were a breath of fresh air, seeing them, that's just a fan in me. And people that don't know them will enjoy them. Because Arnold was tight, man. Like, bruh, Arnold was doing more than the Defender was doing. Christ is trash. Sarah Connors was doing more than this beach. I'm good. If they wasn't in the movie, this movie would have been an F. By them being in this movie, I give Terminator Dark Fate a D+. It's a D+. Can't go no higher than that. I tried. Lord knows I tried to squeeze as much as Arnold out of this shit. But now he's starting to look ashy now, man. Arnold, get out of me now. You squeeze too much of me. It's so much I can give. That's how this movie did. I'm old now. Come on now, please. Let me live. Let me breathe. Garbage, man. It's a bad movie. D+ film overall. It has good action scenes. And Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton were tight. But everybody else, garbage in this movie. Acting was trash. The robots, the Terminators weren't believable. The acting was trash. The dialogue was weak. The story was garbage. The directing was cool because they got good action. But for the most part, most stuff wasn't believable. And a lot of stuff you seen was like, oh, I saw that bad CG right there. Not feeling it. That's the review. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and push that subscribe button. Thumbs up this video. And don't forget to share. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm J3, and I'm out.